Hey everyone, I'm back with a practice. Grab what you need if you have props, a mat, blanket, block, strap, and you can improvise with things you have around the house if you don't have those things. And let's start sitting. So you can begin in a comfortable cross-legged position. If you want to sit up on something, you might grab a blanket or block or cushion. And we'll take a few moments with eyes closed. Begin to slow down your breath. And let your awareness drop down into your body, just getting curious what you're feeling right now. And as we move through our practice, anytime you notice that your mind has wandered or you're checked out, just as soon as you notice, see if you can come back into your body and just notice something. Get curious about what you're feeling right now. You can let your eyes open, keeping a soft focus. And feel free to open and close your eyes as it's useful for you throughout the class. So let's begin with eagle arms. We're going to cross one elbow on top of the other. And if you can, get the palms together. If you can't, you might grab a thumb or just focus on the elbows and put some pressure between the elbows as if you're trying to pull them apart, spreading the upper back. Notice which arm is on top, and then release. Take a few gentle swings, and then we'll bring the other arm on top. Some pressure between the elbows, spreading the upper back. Nice, slow, steady breath. Release, couple gentle swings. And then bring your hands to the floor behind you, fingers facing forward. Roll your shoulders back and your elbows back. And then lift the chest. Take the chest as high as you can, sternum rising up. See if there's a little bit more, last moment. And then release. Come up, hands to knees, round back. Lean away from your hands on your knees. Drop your chin. And then roll your way back up. Let's recross the legs so the other leg is in front or on top. And then drop one ear over to one shoulder. And we'll press down through both shoulders, looking for a stretch on one side of your neck. And you might lift or lower your chin to increase that stretch or find something that's interesting for you. Rotate your chin to your chest and come over to the other side. Both shoulders dropping, but now a little bit more through one side, stretching the other side of the neck. And then rotate chin to chest. Come over to the first side and go back and forth a couple times. Half circles or 3/4 circles, just watching the sensation move from one side across to the other. Next time your chin is to your chest, stay there. Interlace your fingers behind your head and let your elbows hang down, stretching the back of the neck. Release the arms, head floats back up. Again, bring your hands to the floor behind you. Shoulders roll back, elbows roll back, lift the chest. Last breath here. Let's release. Come up, hands to knees, round back. Lean away from your hands on your knees, drop your chin. And then roll your way up. So let's bring the feet to the floor. I'm going to take the feet hip width apart and then shift your hands to the floor in front of your feet. So we'll come into a little squat and take a rock front to back. As you rock your weight forward, you can look for a stretch through your toes. As you rock back, getting into calves, ankles, Achilles tendon. And also spread your fingers, waking up the palms of the hands, getting your hands ready to receive more weight soon. Let's drop the heels, lift the hips, and then hang in ragdoll. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. You can choose any arm position that feels right for you. And if there's some movement that helps you get in your body, feel free. Maybe a little sway or shake out. Let's plant the hands on the floor near the front of the mat and step back into a high push-up position. Feel the top of the head connected to the heels, whole body in a straight long line. Let's shift weight forward to lower down, low push-up, and then come into your back bend. Cobra or up dog, as low or high as feels right for you. Shoulders back and down so the neck is nice and long. And then back to down dog when you're ready, hips high. And take your time getting into this first down dog of class. You might pedal out your feet a little bit, bending one knee as you press the opposite heel towards the floor. Waking up different parts of your body through movement. And then drop your knees. Let's sink back to child's pose. Releasing hips to the heels, forehead to the floor. Find a relaxed position for your neck and shoulders. And just a reminder that you can rest anytime, whether you rest in this shape or a different one. And when you come back to your rest, that can be a great place to reestablish slow, steady breathing, to bring your attention back to what you're doing. With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left. And pull back through the right hip, stretching right side a little more. Let's come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. Back to center. Let's lift up through table. Come back through down dog. Bend your knees, look forward and step or hop your feet to the front of your mat. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold, let your head release fully. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's take a full A-series sun salutation. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. And let's take 5 deep breaths in down dog, or you might come back to child's pose, or you could drop your knees and come to sitting, or really any neutral shape. Letting the rest be about coming back to presence, coming back to your breath. One more deep breath here. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. This time from down dog, take your right leg up to the ceiling. Bend your knee to your chest and start circling this bent right knee, making the biggest circle possible for your hip joint. Feeling what you're doing. You could also do this from hands and knees or from your forearms if that would work better for you. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, circle your ankle a couple times, big circles, both directions. Take your leg a little higher and then a big step forward, high lunge. And we'll hold here with hands on the floor the first time. If it's difficult to reach the floor, you may want to grab blocks or soup cans or books. As you inhale, lengthen the back leg a little straighter. As you exhale, sink hips a little lower and check that the knee is right above the ankle. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sink. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sink. Just one more like this. Lengthen and sink. Now we're going to straighten the front leg, part way or all the way as you inhale. Exhale, slow, deep bend. So again, if it's difficult to reach the floor, put your hands on something. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. And you're just going to your hamstring stretch. You don't have to go any further than that. Inhale, lengthen. Part way or all the way. Exhale, slow, deep bend. Let's take one more. Lengthen. And bend. Inhale, step back, high push-up. Exhale, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. From down dog, when you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Bend your knee in and start circling. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, circle your ankle a few times, big circles, both directions. Take your leg a little higher and then a big step forward. If your foot doesn't make it far enough forward, you can pick it up and bring it there. Maybe grab blocks. Inhale, lengthen just the back leg. Exhale, hips a little lower. So it's just a pulse. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, sink. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sink. One more. Now we're going to straighten the front leg, part way or all the way as you inhale. Exhale, slow, deep bend. Inhale, yawning open. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Let's take one more. Lengthen. And bend. Inhale, step back. Lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog or child's pose or sitting. Any neutral shape. In your rest, if it's useful, you might close your eyes. Let's come back through down dog. And we'll slide the right knee forward. Pigeon pose, right side. Scoot back through the left leg, helping the hips get as low as they'll go. And then see if some support might be useful. You might slide a block or blanket under your right hip. As you fold forward, you could try support under your upper body. You might rest your chest or forehead on a block or forehead on your hands. Finding the support that feels right, using what you have. And then settle into the pose. Is there anything to release here? Let's bring the upper body back up. Take your time. If you do have something under your right hip, slide it out of your way. Lean to the right and then swing the left leg around to the front. We'll switch, leaning over to the left hip now, and then send the right leg back. And if that didn't get you into your pigeon, find your way there. You might adjust the angle of your front leg. You could put something under your hips or chest or forehead. And challenge yourself to keep coming back to what you're doing. It's very normal for the mind to wander. And if we're going to practice presence, an important process or part of that process is noticing how often the mind wanders. So please be gentle with yourself. My mind wanders. Every single one of my students' minds wander. So it's a practice. Like strengthening a muscle that's weak through repetition. Every time you're off doing something else, coming back. Let's bring the upper body back up. You can move any props out of your way, and this time we'll lean to the left and bring the right foot to the outside of the left knee. Trying to get both sit bones grounded, setting up for a seated spinal twist. You could also do this with the left leg straight if that would work better for your body and help you sit tall. We'll bring the right hand to the floor behind us. Left arm will hug or hook to the outside of the knee. As you inhale, sit a little taller. As you exhale, try rotating a bit more. And then breath by breath. See what's possible. A little more length. Little deeper twist. Last one. And then release. Come back around to the front. Unwind and switch. Other leg on top. Bottom leg can be straight or bent. Left hand to the floor behind you. Right arm hugs or hooks. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist. Is there any more space and length? Is there a little deeper rotation? Breath by breath. And then release. Unwind back to the front. And let's come back onto our backs. Bring your knees in, take a little circle or rock with your knees, and then we'll set up for a bridge. So drop the feet to the floor, hip width apart, parallel. Try and have your feet right under your knees, and then press your feet down to lift your hips high. Once your hips are high enough, interlace your fingers behind your back, shrug your shoulders underneath you, spreading the upper back and lower back away from one another. Take your arms out of your way, roll down and rest. Just taking a couple moments with back flat. And then we'll come up one more time. Same thing or any other back bend. How much can you feel what you're doing? Feeling what you're doing and adjusting the pose in all the ways you know. So everything you've learned so far about your body, about this shape or similar shapes, applying that. And then see if you can let it be just like this. Release, roll down. And then let's take happy baby as a counter stretch. We'll grab the soles of the feet on the inside, press the knees towards the floor, opening the inner legs, releasing the back. And you're welcome to take a little rock if that feels good, or straighten the legs part way or all the way. I'm going to begin to talk us into Shavasana, our final resting pose. If you would prefer to continue your practice, you're welcome to do that. If there's anything you'd like to do before Shavasana, you can take your time and then join us when you're ready. If you're ready to come into your final resting pose, you can go ahead and spread out. You might adjust your clothing or grab props. Do what you need to do to be as comfortable as you can. And then let go of the control of your breath. Let the weight of your body just drop. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes and let that movement increase through your wrists and ankles, eventually stretching out through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in. Roll to one side. And then make your way back up to sitting. And come back to a comfortable cross-legged position and bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks for practicing with me today. Thanks for taking such good care of yourself. Enjoy